All right, long time no see, guys. I'm Nick from the Bulldogs Robot in 30 Hours, and I'm going to be talking to you about one of our intake prototypes that I was working on for a good chunk of the day.
Giving you a voice.
Making it loud our own way.
Welcome to the fun.
First Updates Now is supported by Kettering University. Kettering University is where robotics students come for their education. Over 30% of those who attend Kettering University were in high school robotics, and you can keep going with their BattleBots, VexU, esports, and FIRST mentorship programs. If you are a U.S. student grades 8 through 12, scan the QR code to stay up to date on info and events happening at Kettering and get a free Kettering t-shirt when you sign up by December 12, 2021.
What we started calling this one was the car wash intake. And the reason we did that was because there are two surgical tubing rollers that we're supposed to actually grab a game piece from the front and kick it in the vicinity, appreciate it, kick it in the vicinity of these two red pronged wheels from AndyMark that would index it in a back pocket of the intake that doesn't currently exist, but just imagine it's there for the robot to deposit. I do think this concept had a lot of merit, but my biggest flaw was not building as high fidelity of a prototype as it deserved. We had a lot of flexing issues and a lot of issues where the motors weren't super securely mounted, so the polycord would kind of flex the shafts out of alignment. So while we did run it off the robot a couple times, and it did manage to pick up some game pieces, inevitably we would begin to run into some issues like the polycord slipping off, some of the bearings deseating, etc., etc. So I personally still think this is a viable concept if you wanted to pursue it by making the whole system mechanically rigid and maybe a better method of actually attaching the polycord to the manipulator elements. But as it stands, this prototype mechanism didn't really pan out the way we wanted it to. That's about all of the progress that got done on the car wash intake. Moving on to Luke and the other one.
Hey guys, this is Luke with the Bulldogs Robot in 30 Hours, and I'm going to be talking about our overhead collecting intake that we currently have on our robot. So the basis behind this is these AndyMark star-shaped kind of rubbery wheels. We found that these were pretty good for collecting the boxes and the balls as well. It was very good for gripping onto them. They're very rubbery, so they were able to catch onto the plastic really well. So that worked pretty effectively for us. As you can see in our intake down here, it fits pretty well. You have one box in there, and it doesn't really have too much of an opportunity to collect more than one if you're being pretty careful with it. So in most cases we weren't going to have much trouble with collecting two at the same time, or not one that we'd be able to fix really easily. So we liked this design, and overall it was our best prototype at the time, so we decided to put this on the robot since we had seen some success with it, and we found that it was going to be able to easily get us that positive control working very well there. And yeah, I think that is about it for this intake.
Thanks to Kettering University for their support of this video. Don't just sit in class. Kettering University is the only school in the US that allows you to work as an engineer your first year with their 3-month on, 3-month off co-op programs. If you are a US student grades 8 through 12, scan the QR code to stay up to date on info and events happening at Kettering and get a free Kettering t-shirt when you sign up by December 12, 2021. Thank you to AndyMark, GoBuilda, and Rev Robotics for providing components and giveaways to the Bulldogs Robot in 30 Hours team. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay up to date on our new videos. Keep the conversation going and provide your input to our content. Watch our live shows at twitch.tv/firstupdatesnow. Join our Discord at discord.gg/firstupdatesnow, and check out Fun FTC on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and First Updates Now on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter.